Hello friends, let's see how to add a rows in a newly created table. So in previous session we have created the new table, that is employee. So let's see. As it is a newly created table, there are no rows in that table. So we have to add the row. So before adding the row, I want to introduce a concept of here is a log. Okay, so whenever we have to edit a data from PLSQL developer, first of all we have to open the log so that we can add a new row inside that. So as I click on the log button, it is saying that the query result is not updatable. So actually it needs a row ID. So row ID is a pseudo column which is created at the runtime by the Oracle. So let's look at the definition. Okay, so here I will get a row ID as a in the select column here. So for that I create a alias to the table name, and after that I select the e.row ID. So now row ID column I consider as a select in the select statement. So now if I click on the log icon, it will allow to add a new record. So here I will add a new record as employee ID1. Employee name is ABC. I add one more employee ID, that is 2. Which belong to the department 20. So once I have added the column, I have partially commit that changes by clicking on the right tick here. So when I click on the right tick, it is not get reflected into the database. See, in PLSQL developer in Oracle, at a time multiple users are accessing the same database. So let's consider this first window is representing the user 1. I will just rename it. Okay, and the second window is accessed by the user 2. So here user 1 added the 2 rows here and did the partial commit here, but as it is it is render only in the user 1 session. If I select like that, I will get 2 rows here in user 1 session, but if I write a same query in a user 2 session, I won't get the user there. As we are seeing that here no records are there. The reason is we have committed we have done the partial commit here. We haven't committed it completely. So for that we have to click on the commit. If you want to roll back the records, if you just click on the rollback. As we want now we want to commit the record here, so we click on the commit, and it is asking that commit the current transaction. So we click on the yes. So now this changes get reflected for the all user in the database who are the user are accessing this database. To all user, the records will be rendered. So we will see from user 2. So as here we are able to see the same records as a user 1. Both the user are able to see the same record. Okay, so now I have added the records, but the thing is that by some mistake I enter the wrong employee name. So I want to modify that employee name. So what I will do, I will just open the log again, and every time row ID is mandatory here. So I will open the log and I will modify the employee name. Okay, so once I have modified the data here, so I will click on the post changes. So these changes gets posted on the temporary basis for the user 1 only. It will not get reflected in the user 2. User 2 is rendering employee name previously as same only. So for reflecting the changes, modify the changes, we have to commit the changes here. As insert and update are the DML commands, so we need to provide the commit explicitly here. So we click on the commit. So as the employee name is modified here, and the same employee name get rendered in the modified employee name get rendered in the user2 session also. So that is the thing. So let's consider user2 want to delete the employee 2. So what he did, he opened the log and click on the minus sign. So it's represent the delete a record. So that's how it is deleted the record, but it is not get committed. It is, we have to do the post change here. So once we have done the post change, we have to do commit, because it is a DML operation. So once I committed the transaction, so right, if I trigger the select query from user1, I will get the only one record because user2 deleted the second record here. That is how we are doing the insert, update and delete the rows from the table. So thanks for watching.